Welcome, one and all, friends and critics. Come on, you know who you are. Join me for the Brian Brawdy Show. Tired of being bulldozed by their BS? Well, there's some good news. You were born for the bumpy ride. So let's mortal up. Bring your own bold and go kick in some doors. Is it true? Do you really mute my mic in the beginning opening? Episode now, like 461 of the Brian Brawdy Show, the Backlash, if you will. And we have so much to get to today. And today will be, I think today is maybe the final 30-minute show starting sometime this week, or maybe most certainly the beginning of next week. These will be hour-long shows. Then we're going to grow into 2 and then to 3 as it goes, as the months go on. But so I'm a little worried. If you and I are going to do a debate, I'd better sit down. Right? Mike Bloomberg needed a box. Joe Biden needs a chair. So that's that. Oh, but here's something else. Now, I don't know if this is true. So don't everyone accuse me. And remember, as I say all the time, after 5 brain surgeries, I've finally been reduced to the mental capacity of most career politicians and political pundits. So I don't want to throw gasoline on the fire, but in the pre-show, someone said to me, 2 things came out in the pre-show. One, everyone's asking, where's the gong? That's got to peak the meters right off the roof. Okay, so the gong is back. Second thing, is it from Meyer? Well, that's actually not a lemonade. It's probably a Diet Dr. Pepper with cherry. And I went over to Meyer to get my morning drink, and they said to me, they won't be able to get Purell in for like 2 months. Everyone is run over, hoarded toilet paper, and apparently the head sanitizers. That's what I could use, head sanitizer. The other thing that I learned this morning, pre-show, that Ohio has declared a state of emergency, and that there's talk. This can't be true, but let me just say it because this is the rumor, right? The rumor mill with the young ladies at the cash register over to Meyer. The rumor mill is that they're going to they're going to shut Ohio down, right? They're just going to shut it down. And, right, now at Ohio State, those hallowed halls of learning, Ohio State, all this for the remainder of the month, you have to take your classes online, which I'm a huge fan of anyways. Who wants to sit there and look at those old professors? But in any event, Ohio State is now you have to come online to get your classes. And is it true? If anyone knows, give me a call. Go ahead and cue the call number, please, Wayne. 810-412-5999, 810-412-5999. And of course, your phone company is going to have their hands in your pocket, and they're going to charge you something for making the call or texting or whatever. And I don't know. Maybe you can text that number. I don't know for sure, but I know you can call that number. So go ahead and do that. If you no text. Oh, thank you, Wayne. No texting. No texting to that number. Boy, I got my fingers on the pulse of everything going on here, don't I? All right. No texting to the 810-41, which, to be honest with you, helps me with the acronym for Ohio. Oh, how I'm out of here. But in any event, maybe they're going to quarantine the whole state, which would be kind of interesting. When you think about it, what are they going to put, like the National Guard at all the highway entrances? Right? If I want to make a run to Indiana, it could happen. Maybe I want to go to Indianapolis for the 500. Are they going to have like state police at the thing? And how will they block it off? So let's do this. Let's cue one. Let's go to What Am I Missing? And we'll kick this whole thing off.
Wait a minute. Huh? No. I really want to know. What am I missing?
All right, so here's the thing, and I've been getting, not beat up, I wouldn't call it beat up, but a lot of people on social media really passionate about, we're not allowed to call it Wuhan. Please raise your hand. I will. Anyone else been to China, Wuhan, the province? Anybody? So I guess I feel free to call it Wuhan virus because at least I've been there, right? I know what they're talking about. So, but everyone's upset now. Wuhan virus, calling it that, calling it where it started. So I guess the Audubon Society will be ticked off if you call it bird flu. The National Pork Council isn't going to be all that thrilled if you call it the swine flu. So in any event, you've got some people that are really passionate on one side, and then and this is what I've thought. People on social media are parading around with their MDs and all these other things. But I've also found a lot of doctors that go, look, the hype is what's going to be more detrimental. So let me just say this, and you're tired of hearing about it, I know, but like I said, after 5 brain surgeries, I've been reduced to the mental capacity of most career politicians and political pundits. And the folks over to MSNBC, they just make it easier, right? It's like, I haven't even fallen to that level. That's like another 2 or 3 brain surgeries, apparently. They can't do math. They're reporting out fake tweets. Who knows? Marky yesterday and go, well, I hope you're a good bit more, you're not as cavalier with your own health. I'm absolutely the target. I'm an old guy. I've celebrated my 55th birthday a bunch of times now, right? And the doctors say, look, after 5 brain surgeries, we've given you enough antibiotics to like choke a horse. Not like a Shetland pony, but like a full-on Clydesdale. We've given you enough antibiotics to choke a horse. So your immune system is on the fritz. But here's what my doctors and the people that I talk to have assured me, that the coronavirus, COVID-19, just a thought, right? Because as you know, I'm not a medical doctor, nor do I play one on social media. But my doctors have said, look, if your immune system, if you do what you can to bolster your immune system, you do everything else you can to reduce the different things attacking your body. So like I filter all the air where I sleep and move around, right? I have a Fan Buddy, which filters all my air. I have a ProPure, which filters all my water. So, and people go, well, that's kind of elitist. Not terribly. All I'm trying to do is make sure that my immune system doesn't have both of its hands tied behind its back. So as a target audience, if you would, for COVID-19, being old, being a compromised immune system, and thankfully I've given up the habit of biting my nails, right? Licking doorknobs, as it were. I've given that habit up, but other than that, I'm the target audience for COVID-19. And so for me, it's like, look, do what you can to bolster your own immune system. And then we don't have to be fearful. Now, I'm not saying go out and take your spork and share it with somebody. Maybe you and I can't do that, but I don't think, what am I missing? Why do we have to buy into the hype? Why do we have to buy into the hysteria? If you have any idea as to why the human mind always wants the sky is falling, crying wolf back on that position, give us a call, 810-412-5999. That's 5 and 3 nines. Give us a call. Let us know if you have an idea. Or, now here's what we're going to be doing pretty soon. You'll be able to text here, or you'll be able to comment in the feed on Facebook. Wayne will be reading us the comments as they come in on Facebook, so that we'll be able to address that here right in the show. And we'll go from there. But in the interim, and that might start as early as tomorrow. In the interim, give us a call, 810-412-5999. We'll kick that around. So what am I missing? Why do human beings always fall back on the worst case scenario? Whether we were evicted from the Garden of Eden, or we walked off the savannas of Africa, right? Big bang or big breath, an exploding cosmic fireball, or the breath of God, whether LLY, spirit. So whether you're a fan of science or religion, quantum physics, right, or the Quran, however we came pre-assembled as a badass. But what has happened? We talk all the time about brittle brains atop balsa wood spines here at Brawdy and Associates. What has happened to human beings that just surrender that sense of grit? What's happened to the human mind that it surrenders its mental marrow, right? What's happened? It's authentic vigor. And it just collapses. Like, all right, let's go ahead and cue now on one of my favorite segments, as you know. Wayne, go ahead and cue too.
Making headlines, or as we like to call it around here, brains that make your blood boil. Here's your brittle brain atop a balsa wood spine for today.
All right, so I had made mention this morning of a brittle brain atop a balsa wood spine. Another, he missed a decimal point. He missed like 6 of them, I think, or 7 of them maybe. So 7 sets of zeros. So I know you're thinking, well, how can that be the case? But I've heard now Just from, I get tweets and I get the emails and everything else. Oh, don't forget. Let me just suggest, don't forget, you can go over to mortalup.com. You can go over to brianbrawdy.com, brianbrawdy.associates, and you can nominate your low-life making headlines. And today we're going to get to the Mortal Up segment as well. You can nominate the individual that's going to fill in or be, if it's low where you're like, because I didn't hear about this Ohio State thing till I went to get my pop this morning, right? So I can't keep abreast of everything that's going on. So if you could help a brother out, head on over to mortalup.com, fill out. You'll see Wayne has done a great job. Excuse me. Low Life's making headlines. You can volunteer. And it's going to be, you don't have to worry about your name, your email address, none of that stuff, right? We don't even, we don't have to worry about any of it. Our privacy policy here is like, we barely even admit we know you, right? So just send your nomination in, and I promise no one will know it was you, but we'll get to talk about it on the air. And same with Mortal Up. But maybe with the Mortal Up one, you're like, Bri, look, could I get my name mentioned with this person? So that's something. But in any event, mortalup.com, fill out the forms, and you could subscribe while you're there. Do you know that every day we get up and we call it the blog and blurb? Because, yes, we do some writing, but we also do the audio. I read, or I don't even want to say read, but we have the written blog and we gullible rubes, right? Gullible rubes. And that's my low-life making headlines for today. Everyone's suggesting, not a single individual, but not everybody in the media. I'm a former television reporter. I love certain people in the media. Not everybody in the media. Not every political pundit. Not every career politician, although most. When I talk about some of the low life's making headlines, can I tell you what it is that helps me choose in the moment what that low life is going to be, or who that low life or what group of people? It's when they treat you and I like gullible rubes. Woke up 2:30 this morning with that term in my head, gullible rubes. And you hear a lot of the different things going on, and you think, just how gullible do these gaslighting politicians think we truly are? Just how much of a rube do we appear for them just to say whatever they want? Which leads me, Wayne and I were laughing a little bit earlier, if you were following us over on Twitter, which I guess is at Brian Brawdy. Or you can get there from the mortalup.com page. You can get all of our social. You have to be so redundant when you say politician. Of course we know it's gaslighting. So you don't have to do gaslighting politician, tomato, tomato. So in any event, the gaslighting politicians that are busy running for president over on one side of the aisle, everyone that just absolutely hated Joe Biden, took shots at him at the debate, now all line up. And I'm thinking, look, Cory Booker, you really want to be Spartacus? Don't waffle like John Kerry, right? Well, I voted before the war before I voted against it. Or was it, right, again, another Joe Biden thing. Did he vote against it, then he voted for it? Did he vote for it, then against it? I don't remember. I just don't remember. But in any event, right, if you really want to be Spartacus, Cory Booker, then draw your line in the sand and stand for something. But look at all these people clamoring to be vice president. Oh, now Joe Biden's the greatest thing since sliced bread. Now, let me just say, this is not an attack on Joe Biden. Although I think his campaign's in Ohio today. This might be a primary day. So the Biden hiding Hunter tour is coming to the great state of Ohio today. I guess I'm thinking, but my low life making headline is simply this: how gullible do they think we are when they all, this will just be great? Well, a month ago, you were attacking him. You were smacking him around in the parking lot. Oh, but now, hey, you know what? If I say really super nice things, I'll get to be the vice president pick. Now, it's not a commentary on politics and gaslighting politicians or the political pundits that support them. All I'm suggesting is just how gullible do you and I seem? Just how much of a rube do you have to be to fall for all this nonsense? And I know you're not, but for the people that are, the people that kind of leave oxygen in the room for this fire to kick off, when's it going to stop? When do we get to be the backlash and go, look, you've been treating us like idiots for so long. Now we're going to start to push back on you a little bit. And I think that's what's happening when you see it going on around the country. But the people go, I'm not going to be treated like a gullible rube. I'm not going to be treated anymore like I don't know what's going on. But a lot of people, not you, but a lot of people fall for all this baloney. Think about it. Now, again, I just want to say this because what Wayne and I were joking before the show. Look, I ended my last show months ago after a brain surgery where I said, good guy. Remember? I actually thought I was saying goodbye, but I said, but. So my heart goes out to Joe Biden when he says, I'm a Biden-Bama Democrat. Biden-Bama Democrat. I think is what I said, right? I get that. I understand that. I really do. So the people that I'm taking issue with, I'm not going to kick a guy when he's down, right? I'm not taking issue with Joe Biden. I'm taking issue with the people that continue to treat us like rubes, gullible, and will just fall for absolutely anything. And that's the situation that I think we're in right now. You know, there was this thing in the media where everyone's outraged now about a manipulated video. Apparently somebody, it was hysterical, I thought, but someone at the Trump campaign, and let me just say this because people go, oh, you're pro-Trump. Look, it's not necessarily that I am or am not pro-Trump. Never told anyone, including my wife, never told anyone who I voted for. I'm not necessarily, let's just let this get out of the bag. It wasn't Hillary, right? But I'm absolutely anti all of the people saying never Trump, right? I'm just sticking up for, I'd stick up for anyone. You could probably get me to stick up for, no, you couldn't get me to stick up for him. No, Joe, no, Lord, no. No, I look, just as a fellow Brian, maybe you could get me to stick up for Brian Williams and his love of math. All I've said is we should send him an abacus. So next time he's going to do math on air, he has the ability to do that. So all I'm saying is I'm not necessarily pro-Trump, but I am absolutely anti all the raving lunatics that can't have a conversation, right? No conversation without making it a political one. And these people now are all offended. Can't say, as I said earlier, can't say Wuhan virus. Okay, great. Why? Oh, because that'll make you racist. Right? All these people running around going, oh, well, you know, she's a Russian asset. He's a Russian asset. This one's a Russian asset. That one's a Russian asset. How gullible do you and how gullible must we appear? Right? So this morning over on Twitter, I just put, hashtag, stop all this insanity, all this. It feels so good to offer some breaking news here within the Brian Brawdy Show. I'm a Russian asset. There you go. All right. So what are you going to paint me with? What are you going to target me with? More importantly, why do people always fall for this stuff? It's unbelievable to me. All right. So that being said, they edited a video together, and now certain outlets in the media, not everybody, right? Not the people I love, right? That's in the media, but certain outlets in the media are going, oh, he manipulated a video. Twitter, right? Or you send tweets, Twitter is like, oh, outrage. They put a big placard up that says, oh, this is a manipulated video. It was hysterical. But here's the point I wanted to make. Everything we get is manipulated. Right? So here are the kings and queens of manipulation. The media folks, right? Certain media folks. Here are the kings and queens of manipulation crying because someone else beat them at their own game. Right? Oh, well, that's a manipulated video. What? I don't even know how these people get to use the word manipulated. Right? In the sentence. It'd be like me. I don't even know what it would be like. Maybe me making fun of people with hair lips, right? He's going, oh, right, oh, great, tomato, right? But you have all these people that go, oh, no, we're just offended because that video was manipulated. Thank God Jack over at Twitter put an end to all the insanity and let us know, ooh, the video, yeah, that was manipulated. What? All right. I got to get out of here. We're going to run out of time if I don't. All right. So there's only 1, 2. So, Wayne, how about Q3? It's time to tune out the herd because everything you've ever needed, you've always had. So bring your own bowl and let's go mortal up. All right, so here's my winner for today, our winner for today, on being like spoon-fed. Oh, right? Drip, drip, drip. I'm a Russian asset. There you go. We all are. What do you want from me, right? I have to leave when I get off air. I'm going to run over, buy some Thousand Island dressing without pickles, of course, right? I want it to be real Russian dressing. I may add a little bit of cayenne. Maybe I'll get some cayenne pepper. But come on already. This one's a Russian asset. Somebody called Tulsi Gabbard, I think is her name. The only female left, literally left, still running for president. Somebody called her a Russian asset. Jill Stein is calling everybody a Russian asset. This one's a Russian asset. That one's a Russian asset. And I can't wrap my mind around it, right? So the people that get the Mortal Up Award for today are the ones that stand up to that call a foul, that go, no, I'm not going to fall for your baloney. I'm the backlash. I'm the one that's going to push back. And if you're like me, you're just tired of it. But here's the thing. You know, I had a conversation with somebody yesterday. The battle going on is between Saudi Arabia and Russia. And apparently, as I'm learning, right, Russia is doing its best to tank our fracking, right? If they can glut the market with oil, then Saudi Arabia tries to beat them. It's tit for tat. I think I'm still allowed to say tit for tat. I'll probably get censored. Tit for tat, right? So they're going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. But here's the question that is kicking around the minds that don't mortal up. Not like you and me, but for the question kicking around in other people's minds, I'm thinking, wait a minute. The same Russian asset, right? Well, obviously, President Trump being a Russian asset. So Russia, who colluded, hear me out, Russia, who colluded to get a candidate elected, right? They colluded, they're tight, they got all kinds of things, all kinds of things. Now the fracking oil and gas markets here in the same country that he tried to get this guy elected, so they think. So wait a minute, is he trying to get Trump elected, or is he trying not to get Trump elected? So for all the people going, collusion, collusion, and you know who they are, all of them, right? Everyone going, collusion, collusion. Well, where's the collusion now? Because it sure seems to me if you could tank the market down a couple thousand points, maybe 3,000 or 4,000 points over the past week, if you could tank the market, then maybe this should be tomorrow's What Am I Missing segment. If anyone has any comment, please think about it and text me or post on Facebook, let me know. But how is it that the same government that did everything they could to get him elected is now doing everything they can to get him unelected? Just doesn't make sense to me. But for the Mortal Up segment, for the people that are above the fray, right, that are above, but you wade into it just enough to go, yeah, these people are nuts. These people are in crazy town. So those will be our Mortal Up winners for today. All right, we're getting ready to run out of here in a little bit, but I wanted to thank a bunch of people. I wanted to thank, obviously, Henry, if you're listening, I hope you're feeling better. And really to thank Wayne because, look, if it looks good, either on the website or here in the show or this or that, so a thanks to Wayne for everything that he's done to help get us up and get us back and ramped up. And I'll be doing, Wayne, it's Matt Connerton's show, 4 p.m. Eastern time today. I'll be doing a call in to my good friend Matt Connerton's show. So we'll be back here on Facebook. And then Wayne wanted me to remind you that we can catch the show, so now you can catch it on Twitter, unless Jack bans us. We'll be going out over there, and then we're going to keep up here on Mug Pamphlet until Mark and the gang decide to cut us off. But we're going to keep the show going here as well. Freedom of the speech, you got to love it. Gotta love it. So we'll be on those venues, and as always, we would love your Putty.associates. You give me a yes or a no, is that about right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. I start laughing, but I can't say it on air. We'll tell people why I laugh every time Wade says yes, sir. So info at Brian Brawdy and Associates. Don't forget, you can head over to mortalup.com and vote. Who just makes your, right? Just these brains that make your blood boil. Those people life just keeps coming. It keeps offering a punch. And these people just square their shoulders, right? And they just go after it no matter what happens to them. You can nominate Immortal Up. And also, don't forget, I do a fresh run of audio, a fresh riff of audio every day in our blog and blurb. So you can sign up, subscribe. You get it right to your email box. And it's the only email we'll ever send to you. We're never going to send an email going, oh, I think this company's got some really good baubles. You should buy a bauble. We'll never treat your email like that. It's only so that you and how much for putting up with me for a full 30 minutes. Don't forget, I'm here in Ohio. If they close it down, oh, how I'm out of here. I might be calling you and asking you to come give me a ride out of here before that happens. All right, Wayne, let's say goodbye.